This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 785. To be productive, you don't need a complicated system. By Pullein of Pullein.com. And I am Dan. I'm your host and personal narrator here on Optimal Startup Daily. Welcome, and thanks so much for being here today. And a very happy Thanksgiving to you if you are here in the U.S. and if you're listening in real time. And I hope you're finding some time to get away from work today and spend some time with loved ones. So let's get right to it as we optimize your life. To be productive, you don't need a complicated system. By Pullein of Pullein.com. When Ian Fleming sat down to begin writing Casino Royale on the 17th of February, 1952, all he had was an idea, an old Remington typewriter, and a few reams of paper. Every day over the next 6 weeks, while he was on holiday in Jamaica, he began his day with a swim, then breakfast in the warm Jamaican sun, and afterwards went into the living room of his bungalow, closed the blinds, sat down at his typewriter, and for the next 3 hours, wrote. He did this every day for 6 weeks. At the end of the 6 weeks, he had the first draft of Casino Royale, and James Bond was born. If you study anybody who's created something special, from Ernest Hemingway to Pablo Picasso, you will find they never had a complicated system of task management. There was no hierarchy of projects, contexts, filters, or Kanban boards. There was just an idea and a consistent amount of work produced every day until the masterpiece was completed. Yet many people believe if they create a complex hierarchy of projects and sub-projects with an array of assorted tags, filters, and dates, they will miraculously become super productive and all their work will get done. It won't. To become super productive, you need 2 ingredients: focus and consistency. Focus on the project or goal you want to accomplish. When you begin each day with the sole purpose of working on your masterpiece, the project, and you dedicate time every day to work on it, over a period of time, you will have a masterpiece. That is how great things are made: focus and consistency. Ian Fleming did not wake up in the morning, check his mail, review a long list of to-dos, have a chat with his colleagues, and review his social media feeds, which did not exist in 1952 anyway. He woke up, ate breakfast, and began writing. This consistent routine, repeated every day for 6 weeks, resulted in a finished draft. Yet, he still had the afternoon to go snorkeling, sunbathing, have dinner with his friends, and explore the beautiful Jamaican island. Even in our time, the most industrious people still do not have a complex hierarchy of projects, sub-projects, tags, and filters. They have, instead, a focus on what it is they want to accomplish. Sir Richard Branson, the British entrepreneur, runs numerous companies with multiple projects and manages all this armed only with a little notebook. When he wakes up in the morning, he follows a simple routine of exercise, breakfast, and work. He knows exactly what he wants to achieve that day, and he remains focused on that outcome. He has no need for a complex to-do list manager because he is completely focused on the outcome he wants to accomplish. To achieve this level of super productivity, all you need is to apply a little focus consistently every day. You do not need to isolate yourself from the outside world. You only need to begin each day with a purpose to move forward on whatever project you are working on at the moment. Focus 2 to 3 hours on that project every day, and within a matter of weeks, you will have a completed project. There is nothing complex about that, and there is no need for complex productivity systems. A notebook, pen, and clarity for what you want to accomplish is all you need. Every Monday morning, I begin the day with 2 objectives for the day: write my blog post and do my exercise. The first thing I do after waking up and making my coffee is sit down at my computer, open my writing app, and begin writing. For the next 90 minutes, that is my focus. Email is off, my phone is on Do Not Disturb, and I write. Likewise, at 2 p.m., my phone goes back on to Do Not Disturb, and I will exercise for about an hour. By 3 p.m., my objectives for the day are completed, and I still have plenty of time to handle replies to emails, work coming in from clients, and any admin tasks that need to be done for the day. That's just 2.5 hours out of a day that has 24. There's nothing complex about that. People often say to me, yes, but I have to be available for my customers and boss. Really? That's only true if you do not set any boundaries. Ian Fleming regularly had house guests staying with him while he was in Jamaica, yet everyone knew that between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m., he would not be available, and nobody complained because he told them he needed that time to write. From after lunch until bedtime, he was available for his house guests. No one complained. Instead, people respected his time. No one will respect your time until you respect your time. Take control of it and set some boundaries. If you want to become super productive, create your masterpiece, and still have time to take care of your colleagues, bosses, and customers, then set aside 2 or 3 hours every day to focus on your most important project. Tell everyone, colleagues, bosses, and customers, that you are doing your important work at that time, and you will be off the grid for a little while. And very soon, you will be turning in quality work without the stress and overwhelm so many people have today. And no one will complain. You just listened to the post titled, "To Be Productive, You Don't Need a Complicated System," by Carl Pullein of carlpullein.com. And thank you to Carl, whose last name, by the way, is spelled Pullein, and I do have his website linked in this episode's description for you. Carl is a renowned productivity and time management coach who has helped thousands of people around the world get better at managing their time and become more productive using technology they carry around with them every day. You can check out his podcast, which is called The Working With Podcast, and Carl has also written 3 books on the subjects of productivity and time management. He's also got a couple of courses you can check out. They are called Time and Life Mastery and Your Digital Life. His purpose is to help people learn how to manage their time so they can enjoy their lives and build a life they're truly proud of. And he's featured on Optimal Living Daily every once in a while as well, so you can check out that show for more from Carl. And be sure to come by carlpullein.com to show your support. You can see more about him, plus check out his podcast, coaching, courses, webinars, books, and downloads. Again, that's carlpullein.com. But that's it for today's episode. I thank you so much for being a subscriber or follower of the show and sharing it with others when you can. That really goes a long way to help keep this podcast going. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.